Renegade Immortal, Chapter 600, Celestial Ascension Fruit. Hello, welcome back to my channel, Books with AR. At this moment in the Black Tower located in the ancient battleground, two ghostly lights suddenly lit up inside the helmet on the top floor of the tower. He has just reached the Ascendant stage, so his origin energy hasn't completely fused with his body yet. It will take him 49 days to complete this process, and this window is something I have waited 10 years for. The ghostly light inside the armor flashed, and then thundering roars came from outside the Black Tower. At this moment, a giant black vortex suddenly appeared in the sky. This vortex was too large. When it spun, it was as if it could absorb everything in the world. The sky changed color, and even the countless souls in the ancient battleground began to tremble. The ghostly light from the tower shone brightly as a powerful divine sense spread out from the tower and quickly covered the entire ancient battleground. The ground at some parts of the battleground loosened, and soon several black bones flew out from underground into the air. These small bones quickly fused in the sky and formed a black bone arm. The black bone arm slowly flew toward the tower and stopped below the vortex. I haven't gathered much power, so I can't casually waste it. Also, his current location is one of the places I don't wish to go. The ghostly light from the armor flashed again, and one arm from the armor broke off. It gave a burst of demonic flame before flying out of the tower and straight toward the bone arm. The moment the armor touched the withered arm, it immediately attached itself to it. The moment the armor was attached, the arm became completely different than before, as powerful bursts of demonic spiritual energy filled it. Go, bring back the origin energy. The arm trembled before disappearing into the vortex. Only Ascendant cultivators have origin energy inside their body. Too bad I'm too seriously injured to pull the origin energy out of cultivators who have already integrated the origin energy into their body from this far away. I can only choose to attack those who just made a breakthrough to steal their origin energy. The ghostly light from the armor that was now missing an arm guard gradually dimmed until it finally went out. Wang Lin was sitting in the lotus position inside the cave. He let out a breath of foul air and stood up. He had been sitting there for 10 years, so there were a lot of popping sounds before his body returned to normal. After he loosened his body, his expression suddenly changed, and he looked up into the ceiling of the cave. At this moment, a black vortex suddenly appeared. Is this? Wang Lin's eyes narrowed. He had been in this cave a very long time and had never seen this vortex before. The timing of this vortex was too good. It appeared right after he reached the Ascendant stage. Wang Lin had a cautious nature, so when he saw the vortex appear, he immediately dashed for the gate of the cave. Just as he moved, the vortex suddenly sped up and thus increased its size. Wang Lin's eyes became cold as he slapped his bag of holding and without hesitation took out the cave token. His hand formed a seal, and soon his body became faint and was about to disappear. At this moment, a black bone arm came out of the vortex and viciously swiped at Wang Lin. This swipe caused Wang Lin's disappearing figure to tremble, but then he instantly disappeared. The black bone arm paused for a moment before going back into the vortex, and the vortex disappeared. There was a distortion in the sky above an endless plain in the fire demon country, and Wang Lin stepped out of it. His expression was gloomy. Anyone who came across such a strange scene right as they reached the Ascendant stage wouldn't feel happy. At the moment he used the token to teleport away, the arm interfered with the teleportation and caused a change. He spread out his divine sense and found that this place was completely foreign to him. Just at this moment, a black dot appeared in the sky. This black dot spun at an unimaginable speed and in almost an instant turned into that giant vortex. The vortex appeared in complete silence. Even divine sense was not able to detect its appearance ahead of time, as if there was nowhere the vortex did not exist. Wang Lin's expression was gloomy as he stared at the vortex. This time, he didn't run. He wanted to see how much power that arm inside the vortex had. Almost at the moment the vortex appeared, the armored bone arm came out and reached for Wang Lin. No wind or clouds moved with this grab. There were no fluctuations showing signs of spells being used. This grab was almost as if a mortal was waving his arm. Wang Lin frowned slightly, then he raised his right hand, and for the first time, he used the finger of death at the Ascendant stage. The black light was 10 times larger, and there were rings of ripples inside it. The black light charged out like thunder and landed on the bone arm. At this moment, an astonishing amount of demonic spiritual energy came from the armor. This demonic spiritual energy was also solid and immediately blocked the finger of death. However, the demonic spiritual energy underestimated Wang Lin's finger of death. Perhaps if Wang Lin was not at the Ascendant stage, then the finger of death would immediately have shattered when facing this demonic spiritual energy. But now, Wang Lin was using Ascendant level cultivation to activate the finger of death. Although the black light was stopped, the death energy within could not be stopped. At the moment the demonic spiritual energy and death energy collided, the demonic spiritual energy dissipated, as if it had been absorbed by the death energy. All of this happened in an instant. Just as Wang Lin sent out the finger of death, he immediately noticed an invisible force coming at him. This force was like a gentle wind, but at the moment it landed on his body, his expression changed greatly. He immediately noticed that his newly formed Ascendant origin soul was about to be blown away with this wind-like invisible force. Even his mind was not able to resist at all, and even his right hand slowly lowered. His origin soul gradually drifted from his body and was about to leave. But when that sleepiness feeling appeared inside his body, Wang Lin's eyes became cold. Because his origin soul was about to leave his body had stiffened, and he was rapidly losing consciousness. At this moment, he did not panic, instead became filled with killing intent. He was Wang Lin. He even dared to defy the heavens. He dared to even kill the heavens. So how could he be bewitched by this mere spell? Wang Lin had a heart of slaughter, and at this moment, his heart of slaughter and killing intent collided, resulting in a powerful slaughter hour. A low roar came from his mouth, and monstrous slaughter hour came from his eyes. Under the power of the slaughter hour, his origin soul that was already halfway out of his body was forced back in. After his origin soul returned, Wang Lin coldly looked at the arm. "No matter who you are, don't mess with me." Wang Lin took a step back, and at the same time, he used several teleport spells at once. In the blink of an eye, he disappeared. The arm was not scary at all. What was scary was the wrist guard. The finger of death Wang Lin used to scout the situation allowed him to see through the wrist guard. There were many mysterious people in the Demon Spirit Land. Wang Lin had just reached the Ascendant stage, and he required a few days for his origin soul to completely fuse, so he did not want to get into too much trouble right now. At the moment Wang Lin left, a soft exclamation came from the black tower in the ancient battleground. No wonder he is a heaven-defying cultivator. He was able to forcibly resist my heavenly demon wind with his heart of slaughter. But the better you perform, the more interested I am in your origin energy. In the demon's spirit land, those people that cultivate the way of the ancient demon can't form origin energy. Origin energy only appears when you cultivators reach the Ascendant stage. In these countless years, almost every cultivator who reached the Ascendant in this demon's spirit land had their origin energy devoured by me. You will be no exception. Wang Lin reappeared after teleporting. This place was a desolate area without any mountains or water. There were only withered trees everywhere. However, his eyes immediately narrowed as he noticed some restrictions in the distance. What was that hell of an arm? Wang Lin frowned as he flew toward the restrictions in the distance. Soon he arrived at the place the restrictions were located. This place was even more desolate than the one before. The ground here was filled with cracks due to how dry it was, and there was nothing abnormal about this place. The restrictions protecting this place weren't intricate, but they won in terms of quality. There was no less than 1,000 restrictions here, and they were all interlinked, so activating one of the restrictions meant activating them all. Although rough, it was still effective. Even a demon general would find it difficult to enter by force. Even if they could, it would take time to do so. Wang Lin spread out his divine sense. With his cultivation and knowledge of restrictions, these restrictions didn't interest him. He was not interested in what was inside and was about to leave when the black vortex suddenly appeared, causing Wang Lin's eyes to narrow. "It's like a ghost haunting me." Wang Lin's eyebrows furrowed hard and his eyes became even colder. This black vortex kept appearing before him, and this made a hint of killing intent appear inside Wang Lin's heart. He let out a cold snort and quickly sank directly into the countless restrictions. With Wang Lin's understanding of restrictions, he could break restrictions at the same level as the ones inside the Celestial Cave, so the restrictions before him presented no challenge. With just a glance, countless deductions flashed through his eyes, then his body quickly disappeared into the restrictions. The function of these restrictions, aside from preventing outsiders from entering, was also to create illusions to hide what was inside. However, Wang Lin had broken countless restrictions, so he was able to easily move through them without activating them. After going through the restrictions, the scene before him became vastly different from what he saw outside. This place was still a plain, but it had been artificially divided into plots of land and emitted a strange fragrance. Eh? Wang Lin was surprised, as he wasn't expecting something like this. What was more surprising is that there was only one thing being grown here: Celestial Ascension Fruit. Wang Lin's expression became a bit strange. At this moment, the surrounding restrictions began to collapse as the black bone forced itself through the countless restrictions and reached in.